guess we're opening this box finally.
I'll bet you it's really light.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh my goodness, this is big, this is big. Oh, this is big, look at this. Ah! Oh, that's what an iPhone looks like when it's turning on. Isn't that nice? I have had a phone again for like 3 days, back on the grid. The only issue is that my phone doesn't actually turn on. Watch, that apple's gonna disappear right away, and then it'll randomly come back on, and that is all that my iPhone does. So I am, oh, there it's on again. I'm back off the grid.
You know who I am. Y'all know who I am.
And I, as promised, am going to go, what did I say, perch or pan fishing? I'm going to go unbox that Strikemaster lithium 24 volt ice auger. This is the ultimate in lightweight. Just gonna keep on drilling holes until I can find bait, in the sense of boatmen, freshwater shrimp ideally, or small minnows, and whatever we can find is what we will be using for bait in search of a monster yellow perch, like one of them giants with 7 stripes down the side, maybe 8 stripes. Can you picture that? Just all the way down their side. Big nasty dark stripes. I freaking love big perch. So I'm actually on foot. Look at this, minimalist 7 stripers. So this is kind of a swampy inlet here. You can see all that grass, wild rice and reeds, bulrushes, everything is the key to the success of perch spots like this, because it's all that reeds where all the bugs and minnows and shrimp thrive, and then the perch are living amongst the swampy sections, just where it gets a little bit deeper. It's a little bit wider here. There's quite a bit of other hole traffic from other people fishing here. I guess we're opening this box finally.
I'll bet you it's really light.
14 pounds for the 8-inch, 13 pounds for the 6-inch. Assuming that this is the 8-inch. And I have been running that lightweight plastic bit for the last couple years already. You can see it is plastic. How do I show you that flex? Right there. I have not broke one of these yet, but if you did break a piece, I think they're interchangeable. You could slide that off and put a new piece on, but it is so lightweight, and since that plastic has just a little bit of flex, kind of like a titanium guide, that just makes the ice flake off of there, so you very rarely get ice buildup anywhere on the plastic flight, which is probably the nicest thing, even more so than the lightweight aspect to it. Come on, help me in. Drum roll, ready for this? Okay, wow, that is tiny. Look at this thing. I'll have to show it to you in comparison to a 40 volt. There's the Strikemaster 40 volt, which is already lightweight and awesome. And then you've got this little bitty guy next to it. 24 volt Strikemaster lithium. Just goes on like this. And is it gonna run? Pretty cool. Sounds more like a drill than an auger. Like more like a cordless drill. Oh no! Somehow I lost the collar bolt in the snow here or whatever that's supposed to attach the power head to the flight. Luckily the Allen key to tighten the collar bolt is the same diameter as the collar bolt. This is a little dangerous because now we've got this extrusion on here that would grab a glove and probably rip your hand off if you're not careful. And here we go. This is the first hole. This is very exciting after all the buildup. Whoa. Oh, that's a lot of ice. I was not expecting that. Well, that drilled amazing. I feel like that was higher speed than the 40 volt. Here's the idea. We're gonna go around and pull water out of holes all over the place in this swamp until we can pull up some shrimp, ideally, or whatever we can pull up to use for bait. Oh wow. So So I got into the weeds here, but I just pulled up like a ton of larvae. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a caddis shuck right there. Another nymph of some sort. Maybe that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh my goodness, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So I am in weeds, and that is the mother lode of bugs compared to anything I've seen so far. Nothing. I thought coming closer to the weeds here would have more stuff, but that hole right there is the mother lode. That's enough bait for probably the whole day. I don't know what they are. Pupas? Chronomids? What is that thing? Somebody will know in the comments what this is. There's lots of them. Well, I got a decent amount, but I think a lot of them kind of snuck away into the ice and snow. There's another one. Smorgasbord. Give me some goobies. Just barely gets on the hook. It doesn't get any more natural than that right there. Big tall strand beside me. Oh, and is that a fish moving beyond? Oh my goodness. Coming from the other side of that weed. Be a 7 striper. He's very interested. It looks huge, but you got to think that scale is so blown up in this shallow water. Down the mud. Is he looking at it? Ooh, another one's coming in. We're gonna get the competition factor going on here. Oh, shoot! Oh no! Oh, I got one little tiny grubby still on here. And both the fish are down there still. Oh, here we go. What do we got? Do we have a perch? Oh, we have a little perch. Well, let's get back down there because that other one seemed to be quite a bit bigger. This is that little chunky monkey though. Gotta kill him, I guess, right?
Oh, okay. We can do this.
Is that a screwdriver? No.
Close your eyes, boys and girls.
No.
Ow, I hit my fingers. Now really, I'm gonna stick to bugs, but perch eyes are like the best perch bait. We'll keep that in mind if we don't get bit right away here, but that was cool. And this is all I was using was a little bit of whatever kind of larva this is. It barely threads on the hook. I'll just go with 2. On a frostbite 5mm tungsten, bluegill jig, super, super natural. So this perch, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe the 6th stripe coming in on this side. Oh yeah, here comes another one. Pounding on the spot. He's getting interested, keeping it away from him. I want him to have to kind of make that final commitment. As soon as he starts to close that distance, I'm going to keep it just a little bit away from him. Oh, got him. Okay. Okay, is it going to be bigger? It's going to be a little bit bigger. I don't think it's a hog. No, not a hog, but it is a hair bigger. I don't know how many stripes are on this one. So this side has almost 7 stripes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. Anytime you have to say maybe though, it doesn't really count as a stripe. I think we're going for an 8th stripe now. Good night. I do have more bugs. Should I use bugs or should I use a perch eyeball? You guys are gonna think the perch eyeball is barbaric. I keep talking about shrimp, and yeah, I'd love to use shrimp, but the nice thing about the eyeball is that it stays on the hook so well. You can miss a hook set or two, and that bait doesn't just go springing off. The hook almost has trouble getting through, and as such, it really stays on there well once you get it on. The #1 perch bait. I haven't done very much perch fishing, but I never really use plastics for perch, even though I would use plastics for crappies and bluegills quite readily. I always use meat for perch. I'm curious about that weed. Like, do we have lots of weed growth here? I'm gonna look off to the side here once that adjusts. So there's definitely a bunch of weeds this way, only 8 to 12 feet away, tons. And oh, tons of weeds over there. And it might be a little bit deeper. And that's straight that way. No weeds. And then the weeds start up behind us. So there's weeds all directions this way, but not as much back this way. You know what? Let's burn these boxes. That'll cheer me up.
Are you doing this work to facilitate growth or to become famous? Which is more important, getting or letting go?
I don't have a second line in. I should probably put the tip up in this hole, now this hole's proven, and then bop around a bit. Super weedy. Do I want to fish in that? No, maybe if I move one hole, I'll be on the edge of it. Oh, maybe the deepest water, 5.5 feet, maybe 6. Just a little bit over from where I just got those 2 perch. Put the tip up in that hole. It's a proven hole now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Here comes a mark. Looks not too big, but we'll see. Feels okay. Okay, biggest perch of the day. Still not big, but biggest perch of the day. He slurped up that perch eye, and we are going to kill him. Right to sleep you go. Dinner's taken care of. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Is this a fish coming in way from the side? It is. Okay, this looks, I mean, it's a pretty dark mark. Okay, what do we got? We are smacking perch. They are getting bigger. This is a
Chunky monkey. Hey?
once again, that perch eye still intact. This is the biggest one now, once again. Close your eyes, kids. Good night. This is awesome. They're just off of the weeds. Oh, there's another one. He swam over top of it, so now I'm holding it above him. This is the biggest mark. This is definitely the biggest mark. Oh, he just vanished. I'm assuming he's just reorienting himself because he's not turning down a perch eye. Yeah, here he comes. Smacked it. Okay, this is gonna be the biggest one of the day, I think, based on the mark. Come on. Ooh, based on the resistance. Ooh. Oh, it's the biggest of the day. Come here, you pig. One by one, they are getting bigger. Still got that perch eye intact. Look at bigger, bigger, bigger. And good night. Cool. We now have 5 perch. There's the other 2. Look at that bounty. Ooh, look at those orange fins. Look at the bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need a 7 striper. This is a pretty cool color of jig. It's a new color we have this year called bluegill from Frostbite, 5mm. Luckily that perch eye is good to go. Oh yeah, that's the biggest mark again of the day. This is the biggest mark again. Look at this. This is definitely the biggest mark of the day. Unless that's 2 fish. He's just down there waiting for me. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. Did he eat it? He didn't eat it yet. Oh, shnikes! Shnikes! Not that! No, the nice thing is I can feel I still have the perch eye on there, but I did not play that well. Ah! He's coming back. Like, is this the same fish or another fish? Coming charging in. Got him. Ooh, he's big, he's big, he's big, he's big. He's big. Like, I've just been a crescendo getting bigger and bigger. This is big, this is big. Oh, this is big. Look at this. Look at this. This is gonna be a giant perch. Oh, the biggest of the day. We're just stepping up one by one here. Look at this beauty. Still have the perch eye after all of that. How awesome is that? Can we keep that one? Sure. The other thing I was going to show you is with these little tungsten jigs is they're actually meant to sit at kind of a 45-degree angle, the same way as I mentioned in the last video, to have that hook point kind of tilted up to hit them in the roof of the mouth. And then the other thing is I'm using a loop knot on there, and that way when I miss the fish, the knot doesn't get turned around and the jig sit funny. It's just right back to a perfect 45-degree angle, and when I'm tapping it has a little bit more kick on the spot. So that's a loop knot. You can look it up. There's a few different kinds of loop knots. I'll show you the one that I'm doing is just called a surgeon's loop. Just want to get this. Oh my goodness, there's too many fish down there to be talking right now. Look at this, 2 fish coming in, maybe 3. Can we go another class bigger? Because that's probably a 12.5 incher. I'd like to see that 13.5 class. There we go. This is not the 13.5 class. This is a dinker. I'm gonna let him go. Okay, I am going to show you that knot. Oh, I'm trying to show you this knot. There's a fish on my jig. Did he just eat it? Yeah, I think he just ate it. Come on, little guy. They're getting smaller now, but wow, are they ever eating it readily. Let him go. Pull your line out, guys. Rather than opening your bail, you avoid tangles, you test your drag. It's just so much better. I see a lot of guys, as soon as they set the hook, they're right away fumbling with their drag because they haven't touched their drag in 2 hours maybe. But like this, you're always testing your drag. You're always forcing your drag into action so it's not freezing up on you. So the whole idea of the loop knot is to just be loose on the eyelet. If the jig's hanging there, and this is actually hanging close to the same way the tungsten panfish jigs hang at like a 45-degree angle, if you get that bite and you pull on it and your knot's tight, you don't want the jig sitting like this. You want the jig to swing back to the natural hanging position with that hook pointed to go up into the roof of the mouth of the fish. So that is why I'm using a loop knot, and this is probably the most simple loop knot that there is. Pretend this is the tag end of my fishing line. Go through the eyelet of the jig, give yourself a little bit of slack, and now I've got this line doubled up here, right? And I'm just going to tie a loop and go through like an overhand knot and go through twice. That's why it's called a double surgeon's knot. So that's all I've done is a double overhand knot with that doubled up line, and then I'm just gonna snug it as close as I can to the jig. I didn't do a great job of it here, but everything's magnified because I want this loop to be small. So I would slide that knot as close as I could to the eyelet. Of course, you trim your tag end here, and then when you kick that jig, it's got kind of a rocking to it, pounds sort of, and the knot always rights itself. The double surgeon's knot is quite strong and it is very easy to tie. Ron James. Do perch by in the dark! Anybody have confidence in perch at prime time? Low light is a time period where I have a lack of confidence in perch, more so than any other species. So I am going to call it. Oh wait, no. I am remembering now, there was an abundance of comments in the last video requesting less fishing and more shower scenes. So we're gonna quickly pack up and we will reconvene momentarily in the shower. Stay tuned. How'd the tip up not go off? It's not frozen in. I still have bait on there. What the heck? This nice chunk of bugs on the tip up didn't get eaten, so it's like, do they need just a little bit of motion to coax them maybe? I don't know. But the second line is just something you gotta do. Increase your chances, and that's that. So if you're still watching, you are hoping I get back in the shower, I take it, because I said I was gonna be transitioning into the shower, and here you are, still watching the video. As if I'm gonna be in the shower when there is stomach contents to examine. And it's a key piece of the puzzle in terms of figuring out what they're eating. You heard me talk today lots about how I wanted to look for shrimp, and I never did find shrimp, even though I have seen shrimp in that area before. And ultimately, when I get back on the perch search this winter, I do wanna be finding an abundance of freshwater shrimp. This perch has basically nothing in its belly at all. Okay, well maybe let's just go straight for the big one. Oh, the big one has a bunch of eggs in it, and again, an intestinal tract with nothing in it. It's 2 down. Like, I don't know if these things puked up their suppers or what. Even though they looked fat from their side profile, they're looking kind of skinny now, and there is nothing in the first 3. There, that's the big one, and I'm assuming that it's going to have eggs in it. It does have a pretty good sized belly here. Yes, of course, it is full of eggs. Let's see. Even this little guy has eggs. Little girl. So still nothing in the bellies. And you know what? That's kind of a bad sign for the area I ended up fishing. Nothing in the belly again. I am going to measure the biggest one here for reference. Mouth closed. It is basically exactly a foot. I think I've probably never caught an 8-stripe perch. I'll just show you the ground rules here. The dark spot above the gill cover, that definitely doesn't count as a stripe. It's the first prominent stripe when you come down onto the body. And it takes the absolute freakiest perch to have 8 stripes typically. Once you get into like a really big 13.5, 14-inch perch, you've got a pretty good chance at hitting 7 stripes. I'm gonna keep my perch beard groomed like this until I accomplish my goal this winter of a 7-striper, so you can get used to the perch beard look here from me from this point onward. Time for a shower. And final thoughts here. Basically, it's half the size, half the weight of the power head part, half as many holes. I think what you're supposed to get with the 24 volt is 50 holes through 16 inches of ice. And what that would translate into is, if you have closer to 30 inches of ice, obviously you're gonna get like half as many holes. So now you're down to like 25 holes. Today I think we were somewhere in between that. I think I probably ended up drilling just over 30 holes is what I paced out, and the ice was close to 2 feet. You're in that same realm of 700, 800 inches with an 8-inch hole. So if you don't drill too many holes in a day, I would definitely recommend it for you. Okay, good. Everybody's still watching. I also saw a comment in the last video of some concern over the water pressure here, and I feel like I might be missing some sort of an inside joke about that or something, because yeah, I guess there was some concern about the water pressure, and the secret to that is just the fact that I am filming in the shower. I have to try and capture my audio while I'm filming in the shower, so this is a better situation than like in here. Oh, it's cold. I am still in preparation for the Waking Up a Sleeping Giant series that I foreshadowed. I did make a phone call the other day seeking company for that trip and beyond.
Hey, how you doing, sir? You all right?
Yep, my name's Aaron. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir. So yeah, let me change the camera here.
Okay.
All right. So here we got the 3 little girls. She and her sister here holding beside each other. They're about the exact same size, the two of them.
Yeah.
Has a little bit more white on the chest, a little more defined, a little bit more white on the paws, you might say. But them two are pretty close to the same size as weight-wise. So it sounds like these guys would be a good addition to your fishing excursions, huh?
Oh, she would come everywhere. Everywhere, yeah.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Have a great evening.
All right, see ya.
Bye. So I will be hopefully securing that in the near future as I continue to plan for that trip. Okay, well this is gonna taste ridiculous, but this over here is a little ridiculous. I don't know how I missed these counts today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and probably 7. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and potentially, I mean, yeah, it's definitely 7. And then this one, this last one's hard to see, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is 3 7-stripe perches. So I guess I could shave this beard right now, or I could try for an 8-stripe perch. So obviously the size to stripe ratio isn't perfect, but on the average, a longer perch has more stripes. So this is going to motivate me to go out and catch a very special perch. And until then, looking good. Thanks for watching. Good night.